In this video, we're going to take a look at finding the area of any triangle. If we know the lengths of two sides of a triangle, and we also know the angle in between them, then we can find the area of the triangle. Let's just write this down here. For the area here of any triangle, then we use the following formula. So A here, which represents the area, is equal to a half times by AB times by sine C there. Okay, so A and B, they're the two sides that we know, or we know the length of, and then C here is the angle in between those. Okay, that's everything that we need there for an introduction now to the area of any triangle. Quite straightforward. So let's take a look at some practice questions now for finding the area of any triangle. Starting off with question 1 here, then we're being given the triangle here. We know this side and this side, as well as the angle in between. So in that case here, we can now find the area of the triangle. The formula that we need here is A equals a half AB sine C. So C here, that's the angle that we've been given. That's this angle in between here, so that must be C. And now for these two sides here, it doesn't matter which we label as A or B. I just call this one here A and this one here B. So now we just substitute everything in here into this formula. And for the area here of this triangle, we get A equals a half times A here, which is 7, times that by B here, which is 9, and then we times that by sine of the angle in between, which is 58 degrees. So sine of 58 degrees there. So now all you need to do here is just put all of this here into your calculator. And if you do that correctly, making sure that you give your solution to one decimal place, what you get here is 26.7, working in centimeters here. So we get centimeters. And don't forget we're looking for the area here, so it's going to be units squared. We get 26.7 centimeters squared there. Okay, and there we have it. So that's the solution there to question 1. Moving on to question 2 here now. So we've been given this triangle here. We know these two sides as well as the angle in between. We can now find the area of this triangle. Let's just begin here by recalling the formula that we need. So A is equal to a half times AB times sine C here. Remember C here, that's the angle that we've been given. That would be 115 degrees here. That's C. And these two sides here would be A and B. Again, it doesn't matter which we label as A and B. So if I call this one here A and this one here B, in that case then, the area here of this triangle A, that would be equal to a half times A here, which is 10, times that by B now, which is 8.2. Then we times that here by sine of the angle that we know, which is 115 degrees. So now, all you need to do here is just put all of this here into your calculator. If you do this correctly again, giving your solution to one decimal place, what you should get here is 37.2. Again, we're working in centimeters here, so it would be units squared, so centimeters squared there. Okay, and there we have it. So that's the solution there to question 2. Taking a look now at question 3 here. Again, we've got another triangle. We've got these two sides here as well as the angle in between. So now we can find the area. So again, let's just begin here by recalling the formula that we need. So A is equal to a half AB sine C. So A and B here, so let's just call this one A and this one B. It don't matter if you do this the other way around, so this is B and this is A. Completely up to you. This here must be C. That's my angle here that we've been given, the angle in between. So now in this case here, A is equal to a half times A here, which is 6.5, times that by B here, which is 11. And then we times that here by a sine of 96 degrees. So now all you need to do here is put all of this into your calculator. If you do that correctly, what you should get then to 3 significant figures here is 35.6 centimeters squared there. Okay, and there we have it. So that's the solution there to question 3. And finally then, if we take a look here at the very last question, question 4, we've got this triangle here. We're told that the area of the triangle is 40 centimeters squared. We're asked to find the value of x, which is this angle here. So to begin with, let's just recall the formula then for finding the area of any triangle. So A is equal to a half AB sine C there. So C here, that must be this angle in between. That's C. And we just call this side here A and this side here B. Now we know the area, that's 40 centimeters squared. So now we replace A here with 40. We get 40 is equal to a half times by AB, so times that by 12 and times that by 9. And we times this here by sine C, so it would be sine X there. Okay. So from here now, if we simplify this here, well, we've still got 40 on the left-hand side. So 40 is equal to a half, times it by 12, times it by 9, and times it by sine X. Well, a half of 12, that would be 6. So 6 times 9, that would give me 54. We get 54 sine X here. So 54 sine X. And what we're looking to do here is solve for X. So I need to get rid of this 54 here in front of the sine X to begin with. And to do that, we divide by 54. So just using inverse operations here. Divide both sides by 54. So now if I just write the sine X here on the left-hand side, we just get sine X on its own. In fact, before I do that, let me just keep it all consistent here and on the same side. On this side here, I'm going to get 40 over 54. So we're dividing it by 54. That would be equal to just sine X on its own then. So from here now, let me just write this the other way around. So rather than it being 40 over 54 is equal to sine X, I'll write this now as sine X is equal to 40 over 54. You don't have to do that. I just prefer to write it so that the variable that we're looking to solve for here is on the left-hand side. So now we just want X on its own. So how do I get rid of the sine here? Well, we take sine inverse of both sides. Remember that's a sine, a little -1 above it like that. You'll find that on your calculator here. So if we take sine inverse here of sine X, that would just leave me with X on its own. And now we're taking sine inverse here of this fraction. That's 40 over 54. All you need to do now is just put this into your calculator here. So sine inverse of 40 over 54. If you do that correctly here, what you should get for X then, giving your answer to 1 decimal place, is 47.8 degrees there. Okay, so we get 47.8 degrees there. And there we have it. So that's the solution there to the very last question, question 4. And that brings the end of this video on finding the area of any triangle.